On December 17, 2017, Fortnite, a game played solely by intellects and children, introduced the world to the BattlePass. Little did us mere mortals realise this would be the beginning of a trend that would change pretty much the entire gaming world. I'm not going out of my way to bash Fortnite exclusively here, but the BattlePass system introduced. It's got a whole host of problems I don't like, and problems that have come from its adoption that nobody likes besides the bankers at games companies. This is the big one that a lot of people don't like and for good reason. In a free-to-play model like Fortnite, it makes total sense, sure. You have the capacity to unlock cosmetics to flex on your friends. You look cool and they get paid. Nice. The problem is when other games feel the need to shoehorn this approach into their games where it has no place being. Modern Warfare is a prime example. If I paid $49.99 to get that game, I want to be able to enjoy the game in its entirety. What I don't want is funky cosmetics locked behind a paywall on a game that I already paid £50 for. Yes, I can play Warzone for free, sure, like the other millions of people are, but I already handed you £50 of my money just to be told I need to spend another £10 a month to have the ability to get a nice skin for my boy. I cannot see how a publisher thinks it's okay to expect people to subscribe to this. On its own, I could probably tolerate it as Warzone is a standalone title, but it also has a fat load of implications for the main game. The decision to introduce a system where your monthly rank is reset, along with your Battle Pass progress and the release of a new one, is a pretty unsubtle prod that hey, you may as well go buy the new Battle Pass seeing as we've reset your rank. Gone are the days where you could grind to prestige 1 million, now you rank 55 at the end of the month, whether you like it or not. And maybe this season-based system was a long-running idea of Infinity Ward, totally separate to the Battle Pass system, but I doubt it. This brings me oh so smooth to the next point, content cuts. We're now in a godforsaken age where games are released unfinished and we suck up a nice day one patch to examine the most crippling of bugs. This is a whole separate problem, the one that's fed into the Battle Pass phenomena. By placing content behind additional purchase, developers have more of an incentive to cut content from the main game in order to charge more for it later. Ultimately, this puts more money in their pockets and the consumer ends up with less quote-unquote game. There are countless examples of this, be it Call of Duty or Destiny 2. Other games have also adopted similar principles, such as Battlefield 5 with its own Tides of War approach. Now this one is fine in my opinion, as progression is solely based on in-game accomplishments rather than handing over more money. There's no extra money changing hands here, which I'm a big fan of, as I favour games that try to introduce a subscription-based economy. But games that cut core content in favour of charging extra at a later date is a very different kettle of fish. Next on the agenda is why this is a problem for consumers and why anyone should care. Simply put, these passes foster a system where gamers must pay on a recurring basis to access content in the game. Now I've had DLC before and that's nothing new. Paying for a map pack is far different to paying for a character skin. I fail to see how it's acceptable for it to be expected procedure that we pay for minimum effort additions to the game with no long-term consequence. For the map pack, you get a map. You get to play it and enjoy other people who paid that bit extra. The map pack isn't rendered irrelevant by the next release, unlike with battle passes. The whole point is that you want to keep up with the pass system in order to keep the latest skins and appearances and so on. If you don't, you're not up there with those who are willing to keep paying. It changes the nature of grinding for unlocks in the process. As without the pass, you simply have less reason to keep playing. And going for unlocks is a key principle of many games. Going up the ranks and getting new gear is rewarding and challenging, which we like. But this becomes all but pointless without an irrelevant pass, as you know that next month, while there is a whole new load of points cosmetics you can unlock, it's going to cost you. Many of us don't have this kind of money to keep buying into this sort of system. And many of those that do simply don't want to. Who realistically wants to keep paying 20% of the overall game price on a monthly basis for unlocks? For those who do want to pay, and who I have no problem with, great, dandy, fantastic, enjoy yourselves. But for those who don't, what you end up with is a watered down experience. It's divisive and exploitive in a way that video games just shouldn't be. As for a solution though, I'm not too sure of the way forward. I'm fully aware that innovation in gaming is crucial, as who doesn't want to keep drawing in a bigger crowd to their product? These companies have to make money after all. I am certain however this isn't it. Rather than adding new, meaningful content to a game, providing more hours of gameplay to enjoy, it merely worsens the existing experience. They certainly have their place in free-to-plays, but not on the realm of AAA titles that already cost a sizable chunk of money. I feel that these games are far better off sticking with the tried and tested DLC formula. For FPS games, adding new premium maps works fine as you're getting a proper product. For solo MMO games, storyline extensions are the obvious answer. And for many games, they still do this, such as the latest Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's also been proven by Rockstar with GTA 5 that it is in fact possible to produce a multiplayer system, provide years of support and quality updates, and not charge them. The multiplayer for that game was added on the 1st of October 2013, which in the video game world is about as long as the dawn of man, and has since received updates and significant content like a new heist added in the 23rd of July 2019. That game is proof that if a developer can be asked, the game can see a huge lifespan without costing consumers extra. Nowhere in GTA 5 do you see a Battle Pass or premium cosmetics or otherwise inaccessible. There are other examples out there for sure, but that number is dwindling with the new adoption of this Battle Pass system. Problem is that companies see a way of lining their pockets and are hopping on the bandwagon even when they clearly don't have a space. The foreseeable future I can only see as continuing, sort of shown a dramatic revolt amongst the wider gaming community. But we've seen with the dreaded influx of microtransactions that companies are happy to ignore consumer feedback in exchange for money. No one likes to be exploited, and a lot of us can't afford it. What's wrong with paying for a game, playing it, and that being that? This change is an ongoing one. I'm sure that we're going to see more titles in the future adopt this subscription system. At the same time though, consumers are only going to feel more alienated through these passes, as I'm positive I'm not alone in this opinion. Whilst I'd love to revert everything to pre-Fortnite days, I'm not expecting it. But I do hope that some dev, somewhere, can tell our marketing director to ditch battle passes in favour of releasing a decent game that people buy for the sake of it being a good game. No more and no less. Maybe there is a middle ground somewhere, like a permanent rank system with a far higher cap alongside a free premium items, but the influx of these items needs to be kept small and unobtrusive to the rest of the people who want to enjoy the game as it is. No one should feel alienated because they don't have access to or don't want a battle pass. Fostering adoring fans who will routinely buy the next release seems far more logical and favouring the consumer side than constant micro editions that come at a cost. We consumers get our games and the producers get a big fat paycheck. It's worked before and surely it must work now. Who knows really, but money talks and for now it looks like we're going to be stuck with them.